It's Verteezy, and this is the No More Black Tears podcast.
5150, 51. What's good, people? Season C's in the building.
What's up? What's up? What's up? You know what I'm saying, Mr. DJ Rose.
What's good? This your boy, OJ Juice Man, aka shoot. I got a lot of names, man. We just gonna get it going.
Hey man, how everybody week going, man? It's good to have everybody back for the first time in 2024. So how everybody doing?
Back to business, man. B2B, bro.
Everything's well, man. Everything's swell.
So let me go tell you about what we're drinking on, man. So y'all know we've been drinking on that black on, Nyack for the last couple weeks. We just found out they got a peach flavor in the brandy form, man. So we sipping on that, and we also got that Uncle Nearest on deck. But it all happened in a week, y'all. So this week in sports. Now, there's been a lot of things going on in NBA this week, from Draymond Green coming back from suspension and threatening to retire, to John Morant coming back looking great, to now he's injured and he's out for the rest of the year, to all the NBA games, the blowouts we had yesterday, and Eric Spoelstra just signed a new, fresh contract. What was something that you saw this week in the NBA that you just wanted to talk about, C's?
Man, I'm going to touch on all three. Just Ja coming back, it's like, what were you doing in the offseason to get a fresh injury? Yeah, I understand you playing a lot of games, but it's like that quick of an injury.
You know what he was doing. Shooting guns.
Shooters, real shooters. But yeah, it's sad to see him, be able to come back and then just be out like that. Draymond Green, that's just some funny shit, man. It's like, oh, I can't choke a motherfucker no more. What? I quit. I can't do it no more. But yeah, he's a star. He's gonna make money regardless whether he retired or not. Saying that shit on the podcast. And then there was the shit with the load management. They basically said there's no leeway between load management and less injuries. Like there's no correlation between the two. And then Adam Silver basically just came back and said, hey, we're doing a tournament again next year. We're just going to tweak it a little bit, which is, we all predicted that should happen anyway. They're not getting rid of the tournament. And then Eric, man, bruh, I wouldn't pay that much, but I mean, the Heat have been decent. They ain't been great. They've been good. So it's like, hey, and then the specifics around his deal.
So let me ask you a quick question. If I had to put a gun to your head, your top three, I ain't gonna say top five, top three NBA head coaches right now, since you said you might not pay him that much. See, the fact that you gotta think about it,
Spurs.
For me personally,
Pop ain't really. He's good.
Pop the only one. Pop the only one that you might want to have over Eric Spoelstra. Outside of that, ain't no other coach has shown me that I gotta have Eric Spoelstra, because if you look at the talent of that Heat team, we love Jimmy Butler. But let's not make it seem like Jimmy Butler's in your top 5 players.
Nah, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that it's Eric Spoelstra's good. It's just like, as big as the deal was, I probably would have.
How much you paying him?
Last 4 seasons, he's been to the playoffs every year, been to the NBA Finals twice.
Yeah.
Been to the Eastern Conference Final, 3 different times.
Who's up in that box, though? That's the one question I got. Who's up in that box?
Pat Riley. But that Celtics team that everybody is saying is the most dominant team, or most talented team the last couple years. This Heat team, y'all do know this Heat team beat that team twice.
Basically the Heat have a good
backup. We consider Giannis the best player. This Heat team beat Giannis in the playoffs, not once, but twice, right?
Yeah.
So, Eric's supposed to deserve that money.
How much they getting paid? How much they paying him?
It's like 100 something, but
136 or something.
What I want to talk about,
he a coach?
Yeah, he a coach. What I want to talk about the contract.
He got rings already though, so we ain't.
This just shows how good the Heat are, because man, y'all don't know this. When I found out that Eric Spoelstra was going through a divorce, and they paid him after the divorce, Pat Riley, you that nigga. And it wasn't business of training day. My nigga.
but we all know where Pat Riley came from, you know what I'm saying? Showtime Lakers, my Showtime Lakers. So that's where he got it from. He was around Magic. He learned from the best. He learned from Magic. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, you're going through that. We're going to wait till you finish all that. Then we're going to pay you.
So she can't get none of that shit.
None of that. But Rose, what you got, man, for the NBA,
bro? Like I said in a past episode, I told you Draymond was tired of playing. I told y'all that. He was
I
tired
wanna
of
tackle
playing.
niggas. I want to be in the
He said,
WWE.
he said, I'm ready to go home. I'm ready. I'd rather do my podcast than be on this bull crap. Doing this every day. You know what I'm saying? Who cares about John Morant injury? People get injured every day. He'll be all right. You know what I'm saying? And the NBA's NBA. It ain't NBA season until after the Super Bowl. So who cares about what's going on right now?
So, man, you just hinted in the NFL, man. So last weekend, me and UC's talked about the, wrap of the NFL season. Now we're gonna talk about my Falcons again. They got blown out by the Saints in a game to try to make the playoffs. On the final play of the game at the 1 yard line, the Saints was in victory formation, but ran a 1 yard run play with Jamal Charles. After the game, we found out they was not supposed to run that play per Dennis Allen after Arthur Smith chewed his ass out, and then he later got fired. First thing I want to say is, Jameis, you my nigga, bro. You knew how much that touchdown would mean to Jamal Williams. All the players backed you up. I know you had like Uncle Shan and these other coons on ESPN saying, "Oh, I'll fire Jameis Winston and he a losing mentality." Can I tell y'all something? The Saints didn't make the playoffs. Everybody who wearing the same uniform, y'all losers. If you don't make the playoffs, you a loser. So I don't even understand that whole talking about, hey, that's that loser mentality right there. What? Nigga, shut up, bro. So, hey, man, Jameis, you a real one, man. I'm happy you did that, bro, because that touchdown meant a lot to Jamal Charles, who led the league in touchdowns last year. And a lot of us in fantasy who drafted Jamal Williams, we thought that nigga was going to have a great season, and this nigga ain't do shit. Rose.
Yeah, I thought it was good because even though I'm a Falcons fan, but shoot, run up on them boys. You know what I'm saying? Y'all rivals. Who cares, man? Run the score up. You know what I'm saying? We rub it in their face. If the shoe was on the other foot, I would have wanted Atlanta to do the same thing to y'all. So shoot, I ain't got no problem with it.
And also, Rose, man, thank you, Jameis, because of that touchdown was the difference in Arthur Smith keeping his job. And now we can move on from that motherfucker.
Same sentiment, man. It's like, hey, when Jameson's bad, he's bad. But when he's good, he's good. Probably one of the best personalities in the NFL. Yeah, it's like you got to back, even if he's riding the bench, you got to back him. Made the right call. But this week I got Steelers, Bills.
We ain't there yet.
Hey, man. So, talking about people's expert opinions, Jason Whitlock and Stephen A. Smith have been on Twitter and social media all week long. They both got podcasts going back and forth. It started with Jason Whitlock calling Stephen A. Smith an industry plant, questioning his basketball career at Winston-Salem. And then it went to Stephen A. Smith calling him a fat bastard and saying that, hey, fuck him and all this other stuff. C's, man, you got any thoughts on their little beef, man?
I mean, there's two coons calling each other coons. I mean, Stephen A. Smith, he got a little bit more credit with the culture, but Jason Whitlock, he's a conservative asshole coon. Reputable in certain sets, but he's an asshole. I don't give a fuck about the beef. It's just two motherfuckers. It's the media. What is the draw? Let me call somebody out. Let us create a beef. Go back and forth so somebody's watching our shows. Both niggas got podcasts.
It sounds like a plan. The beef sounds like a plan.
it might be.
Like, hey man, we got to start some shit up. You want your name for yourself? Oh, okay, I got you, man.
And even if it's some shit like, hey, fuck you, man. You calling me out. Jason Whitlock's notorious for calling motherfuckers out anyway. But I don't fuck with him like that, so fuck you. I'm backing Stephen A, even if he is a piece of shit sometimes. But that's my boy.
Yeah, I don't fuck with neither nigga, bro, but I'm going to say this right here, though. When I was talking to TTK, and I started thinking to myself, man, Jason Whitlock got a point, bro. Like, because, like, with Kevin Hart, bro, like, he was comparing the Kevin Hart situation. Like, Kevin Hart just one day popped up on Soul Plane, and the next thing you know, he got these comedy specials that's the best ever. Where the fuck did you come from, nigga?
But hold up.
No, he been in the game for a minute.
So we gonna act like Stephen A ain't been on ESPN for years.
But no, my point is, most of these people, like, you see a lot of beat reporters, and you see them doing interviews with athletes. I'll be real, I watch the NBA. I don't remember before Stephen A became Stephen A, I don't remember him interviewing.
He got
AI.
articles. He
I
got
don't-
articles though. He
No,
was
but
he
I'm
wrote
just
for
saying,
papers and shit.
like he was making it seem like he was the beat writer. Oh yeah, I used to be in the locker rooms. I used to interview these players.
Yeah.
Like when I watch, I see it like a lot of people that's big now. I saw them interviewing these players, and then one day Stephen A. was on ESPN. He was on some NBA show. He made the little famous Kwame Brown quotes, and the next thing you know, he's on First Take with Skip, and then he blew up. Like, and I'm just gonna be real, like. When you think about the black people on ESPN, if you want to be real, I ain't gonna belittle the point, but it's black people who's been on ESPN the last 20 years that I personally feel like was better people than Stephen A. From Jamel Hill to Michael Hill to Michael Smith, like people that was basically actually Bomani Jones, people who have left ESPN have done bigger things since they left, but the reason why they had to leave because they was too for the culture. Like they would be speaking up on issues like Colin Kaepernick and Trump, and Stephen A. would be on the side like, oh, I'm gonna keep my mouth shut so I can keep getting this Disney money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I feel like just based off all that, nigga, you is an industry plant. You the one token black person that ESPN can put up here and say we not racist. You gonna spew our rhetoric, and back to what we said a couple episodes ago. Like Max Kellerman was over here telling you how racist shit was, and guess what he was doing? He was telling Matt, oh no, that's not racist. Because guess what? You an industry plant. Bob Iger and them boys told you, hey man, be our mouthpiece and say what we need you to say.
Fuck all that. On his own podcast, he said, hey, I know my time on here might not be long, so fuck it.
Man, shut that shit up. I heard that shit too.
So I'm saying, but fuck it. I mean, he's got articles and shit out, so question both of them motherfuckers. Fuck, if you want to say it, fuck both of them. It's just some industry shit.
Man, talking about fucking motherfuckers, like, tell them to go fuck off. Man, bro, it's been an interesting weekend for the coaches. Arthur Smith got fired the same day after they lost. Like, literally, you and me did the pod seas, and around 11 o'clock, we see Arthur Smith got fired. Pete Carroll, him in the front office decided to put his ass in an adversary role, and he's no longer the head coach. Nick Saban said, fuck it. I lost to Michigan, and I can't do this shit no more. And he retired. Bill Belichick and Robert Kraft sat down for hours, for multiple days, and now Bill Belichick out of New England. Bruh, do you got any thoughts on these coaching changes? Real quick, C's?
Man, Nick Saban, I hate you like a bitch, but I gotta respect what you did. Enjoy retirement, you son of a bitch. Straight up, Pete Carroll, man, he ain't done shit in the last couple seasons, man. They've been solid, but
nigga, they made the playoffs last year.
I'm saying it's not the Pete Carroll of old days. So it's like, hey, he didn't get fired. They made it seem like he got fired.
Old day. Oh, USC?
I mean, when it was actually like really making the playoffs, not just making it.
Oh, you talking about throwing a pass on the 1 yard line? That Pete Carroll?
But I mean, hey,
been gone, nigga.
He didn't get fired. He on the fucking back office, so you still get paid. Stop complaining, shut the fuck up. And then Belichick, man, it was time. It was time, man.
Yeah, man. My brother sent me something. I'm a wrestling fan. He sent me a video of Undertaker, Triple H, and Shawn Michaels when they had their little match, and they called it the end of the era. As a sports fan, this was the end of the era right here.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you've been watching football as long as I've been watching, and I'm glad Rose brought up Pete Carroll's college career. Pete Carroll is one of 3 coaches to win a national championship and a Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. Like, understand how hard that is. He was the best in college, then he came to the NFL, and for 1 year, he was the best at what he did. And if you've been a football fan, Pete Carroll has been coaching since the late 90s to now. So, like, Nick Saban, same thing. He's been coaching at schools like LSU, Alabama. He was with the Dolphins for a year. That shit fucked up or whatever. But he's been a legendary coach. And then Bill Belichick, he's been basically the face of coaching in the NFL for the last 20-something years. And when you think of, like, the GOATs, you can make the argument each one in their respective little area is the GOAT. Because you can argue Nick Saban's the GOAT in college football. You can argue that Bill Belichick's the GOAT of the NFL, and you can argue who's the GOAT of doing both. You can make the argument Pete Carroll, because I know it's way long ago, and I know Rose and Juiceman are older than us. Them USC teams was another fuck with. Them USC teams was probably, I ain't gonna lie, they was probably more dominant some of the USC teams probably would beat the little team he had this year in Seattle. If you want to keep it real, because he was having like 7, 8 first-round picks on them teams. So, hey, man, shout out to all them coaches. The last thing I want to say, man, shout out to Jerome Mayo, man. I saw you as a player. You was a decent player for New England. You were a black man. Robert Kraft, man, please understand, it's going to take this nigga time to get it right. Give him
He got 1 year.
Give him 5 years at least to get that team right. And, hey, I bet a lot of y'all to know this. All the black coaches in the NFL, guess what? All of them made the playoffs this year. So this is a good sign. We got another black coach hired.
Yeah, so basically, they go give him more than 1 year, Gerard Mayo, because he's been the head coach in waiting for the last. He had that in his contract. That's why they didn't have to hire or do any interviews or anything else. It was already in his contract that he was going to be the head coach after Bill Belichick left. So, and Bill Belichick, it was already, so everything was already planned for him to leave probably either this year or next year. But they decided he decided to leave this year. You know what I'm saying? So Mayo was already going to be the head coach. So he's going to have time to get everything together because he was already pretty much being groomed to be the head coach of the Patriots. And that's a good thing. And like what Vertiges says, you know what I'm saying? I want to give a no more black tears salute to all three of the black coaches. You know what I'm saying? Mike Tomlin, you know what I'm saying? That leads the league, you know what I'm saying? Never losing record, you know what I'm saying? And all the other two, the rookie head coach in Houston, you know what I'm saying? There's no more black tears salute to all three of them. I ain't saying TB, you know what I'm saying? I respect him, but he coaching the wrong team. So, but yeah, so and everybody's glad that Atlanta's got a chance to get a new coach. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we might be able to do something this year.
Bill Belichick. Hey man, so on to the meat and potatoes of sports. You wait all season to get to the NFL playoffs. What playoff games are y'all most looking forward to? And I'm going to start this one off because I'm just so excited. Packers Cowboys. That's a legendary rivalry. Since the 90s, they've been going at it. And normally those teams are competing for the right to win Super Bowls, man. So I'm looking forward to it because you got Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb. Then you got Jordan Love, which shout out to DJ Rose. He was one of the few people who drafted Jordan Love in multiple fantasy leagues. He knew he was going to have a great season. And Jordan Love looks like a franchise quarterback. So shout out to them. Then we got the Rams and Lions. You know one thing you love about sports? That drama. And the fact that we got Matthew Stafford, who spent, the first 10, 12 years of his career in Detroit. And he goes back to where he made his, debut, go back to basically where he started in the NFL. And he got a chance to knock him out the playoffs. And Detroit got actually a great team this year. And lastly, I want to talk about the Dolphins-Chiefs game. I don't want to even talk about the game. I just want to talk about the fact that Peacock has basically found a way to own the rights to that game. Y'all pay attention because that's going to be something that's going to go on in the future. A lot of these streaming platforms from HBO Max, Hulu, Disney Plus, Netflix, they're going to try to find ways to compete with each other. And the next way to do that is to get these sports games, man. So, see, you got any games you looking forward to?
I mean, we called it, man. We called it the streaming wars. So, I mean, pretty much it's going to definitely be a thing. Steelers Bills should be an interesting game. I don't think it's going to go the way a lot of people think it's going to go. Dolphins Chiefs, that's definitely a good game. And then real good one, Lions Rams. Let's see I think Rams probably going to pull an upset on them.
Yeah, man, I'm just excited to see it's finally a playoff. I'm excited to see all games. I'm not really looking forward to any other games other than the Dolphins and the Chiefs, but I might not be able to watch it because it's on Peacock. But that's the only one that I really want to see. And maybe Dallas and Green Bay, but I feel like Dallas is probably going to stop a mud hole in the boys. Dallas at home, they've been on fire lately, and I see them continuing their run. So I see it's going to be in the NFC Championship game. It's going to be Dallas and probably San Fran. You know what I'm saying? And one more thing, was Dez Bryant's catch a catch?
Yes. Hey, but before we move on, though, man, I know we're going to have our Super Bowl party like we always do. So right before we get close to the Super Bowl, who you got going to the Super Bowl, C's?
We'll see. Fuck that.
Rose, you got Super Bowl picks right now before we even start the playoffs.
Yeah. Before the playoffs, at the beginning of the season, I had the Chiefs and the Eagles. But since I'm getting another chance to pick some more teams, I'm gonna go Bills and Cowboys. Bring that rivalry back. Bills and Cowboys.
Yeah, I think I had the Chiefs and Eagles before the season started. Now that I have new information, hey, I'm going Ravens and I'm going Cowboys. Yeah, I don't want to go to Cowboys, but I got Ravens and Cowboys because those are two teams I got. So, hey, I might have tears or no tears, man. So
What's up with the Ravens and 49ers? Is that possible?
It's possible, bro. It's possible, man. It's possible, but hey, man, it's just very hard for two number one seeds to make it to the Super Bowl. But for those who've been on social media, man, y'all might have seen the dude who attacked the judge. Now, originally, he was sentenced, he was going to get like 6 months in jail time or whatever. But after this, now he's going to get attempted murder charge and all that added. And me and C's was debating how you pronounce his name. His first name is Deobra. Me and Juiceman was like, his name Deborah. And that's why he didn't want to go to prison, because he already knew they was going to treat him like a Deborah.
Nigga, it's D.O., bruh. But anyway.
Deobra. Yeah, that's
D.O.,
what it's
bruh.
Deobra. You got to look at it. D.O.
Bruh.
Bruh. Bruh.
Hey, you going to get this D.O., bruh.
But I mean, man, Mans was out there looking like Troy Polamalu, man.
I don't know if he's going to get that D. He got hands. You better ask about him.
Let me tell you one thing.
He going to have respect in the pen.
Juice Man, they jump niggas.
He going to have respect in the pen.
Hey.
They jumped him. He handled his.
Hey, he definitely got a vertical, though. That's for sure. He can jump.
Leap, boy.
But I mean, hey, it was like,
About a man.
just take your charge and shut the fuck up. Just go, oh, I feel like I turned my life around and I should get charged. Instantly got mad and said, bitch! Oh, I mean, all the memes, man, they had just straight football memes. They was like, oh, this man did a straight 40, jumped the line, jumped over that bitch like Troy Polamalu. But if you seen the whole video, he got his licks in. Well, he also took some. They was whooping his ass too. So, I mean, it's like, man, you just made shit worse. Now he's got 6 additional charges, attempted murder on a protected person. You basically beat an old, elderly judge. They're going to bury you, bro. You going to probably do some
You forgot the biggest part. She's white.
I mean, that off the flat, but I mean, it's a judge. So, I mean, you're a dumbass, dude. Just if they got a football team in that prison, what's that movie with Adam Sandler?
Long John.
He'll be on there. They got a football team. Gridiron game.
So for me, man, I ain't got no tears, man, because yo, bro, you had 6 months waiting on you. You did some stupid shit. Like when you go to court, hey man, even if you mad, it's yes sir, no sir, yes ma'am, no ma'am. You be like, yeah, I made a mistake. I'm gonna try to better myself. Try to give me the tools I can while I'm locked up. Try to basically make yourself seem like, you know, I fucked up and I'm sorry. And maybe these people would, you know, be like, you know what, man, I see that you're trying to, you know, repent. I see you got remorse, and I'm gonna go easy on you. Don't get mad and just try to bitch slap a nigga.
He didn't bitch slap. That was a punch, man.
That's how you get one time, man. So, man, I can't have no tears for you, man. I will say this though. Hey, dog, they ain't have to put no muzzle on your face like you motherfucker.
Nigga looking like Hannibal Hector and shit, man.
Like TTK told me, when he tried to bite the judge, like Hannibal Lecter, and that's why they put the muzzle on his face. I was like, well, if he did, then he need the muzzle. But outside of that, goddamn, he ain't need that muzzle on his face. Juice Man.
Oh, man, yeah. Hilarious, man. It was hilarious. They talking about he got a mental issue. So even though they're gonna try to ban him with all that time, they're gonna show some leniency because they talking about he may have a mental illness now. Because that's the reason why the other lady was going off on him, because that was like he had multiple assaults. Like he has a problem. He really does have a problem controlling his anger. You know, it is what it is, man. That's life. You know what I'm saying?
What was that?
I ain't got no tears for the judge. You know what I'm saying? I got, and after the DA, yeah, I forgot about you. F you too. Yeah, I got tears for him, man, because he was pleading for his life. The judge ain't want to listen, so he said, "Bump it. I'll take you with me."
That right.
You know what I'm saying? I got tears for him.
Hey man, talking about people pleading, man. Now we all have exes, and some of us have exes where you can bring your current girl around your ex, and they can be cordial. Some of us are like, hey, babe, I gotta stop here real quick and say hi to the kids and people. My ex in there, just stay in the car. Just stay in the car. So this one girl, she was going to a little fast food chain. She was in the drive-through at where her boyfriend's ex works at. She made her order. They repeated the order back to her. And in the video, you just see splat. You see ice cream and all this other stuff just thrown in her face with a ferocity. And first of all, I ain't no tears. Because I'm not going nowhere where my where my current spouse ex work at. Because first of all, I don't think they're gonna throw no shit on me. But nigga, I don't know what you gonna do to my food. Yep. Like I don't go nowhere if I can't trust the people making my food. Let me make that clear. Because I just seen too many movies where motherfuckers spit in shit, motherfuckers scratch their balls and start touching your shit. So nah, man, I ain't finna. I wouldn't have even been there drive-through. And at the end, when she said not again, man, like I told y'all before the pod, man, I'm not going through the drive-through. I'm going inside to order my food so I can slap the taste out of their fucking mouth. Because you ain't finna just do me like that.
Man, no tears. It's like, why would you even put yourself in a situation where you know somebody doesn't like you or for whatever reason? It's like, why the fuck? Go to another one. It's a Popeyes or Wendy's, Taco Bell. Go to a fucking another one. And it's like, the way the video came off and she was like, not again. It's like, is this a skit or is it for real? Because I would have thrown some shit in my face. I'm hopping the same way the nigga jumped over the fucking judges. I'm doing the same thing in the kitchen, whooping ass. Going inside, parking the car, run up in that bitch. Hey, bitch! Ooh! So, no tears, man.
Yeah, I ain't got no tears, but you know what I'm saying? Y'all remember that movie, Lethal Weapon? When the buddy was in the back seat, he was like, "No, don't go to the drive-thru. They F you in the drive-thru. They F you in the drive-thru." Facts. You know, 223. Shout out to everybody that I used to work with at Wendy's, you know what I'm saying, 15 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you come through that thing tripping, you gonna get that work. So yeah, you never go to the drive-thru, you have a choice.
Juice man?
Yeah, I don't go to the drive-thru. I watch you motherfuckers make my food. Hey, walk away where I can't see you with my food. I'm beating the motherfucker. Yes, I'm acting a fool. I'm cussing your ass out. I'm going ham. And I don't want my food no more. I want my money. Cause bitch, you went. I trust you as far as I can see you. If I can't see you, fuck you, bitch. Fuck that. Hell nah. Make my food in front of me like you're supposed to, bitch.
Talking about fucking bitches though. So we all know Ruby Rose, man, and you know the rapper, but she's more famously known for her OnlyFans. So last year, this report came out that one individual fan had paid over $60,000 for her OnlyFans. Well, on the 22 jumper with Adam 22, hey, that motherfucker came out and said, "Man, I was on her OnlyFans, and on top of that, that picture that me and her took, that was for marketing purposes. They paid me to take that picture." Man, I got tears, man, because we've been trying to tell y'all hoes for a year and a half. Motherfuckers be lying.
Yeah.
Like these hoes that be showing you these pictures of money and all this stuff they got, and when they show you their house and stuff, which is probably just an Airbnb that they booked for the weekend, when these hoes be trying to, they show you their car, which is probably a rental car they got for the weekend, these hoes don't be living like that. Like, what they be trying to do is get y'all to think, yeah, every man should be paying for your OnlyFans and all this other stuff, and yeah, you should be making this much money and da. So, yeah, man, I got tears because a lot of you hoes be falling for the lies. Because when I first heard that he paid $60,000, I was like, man, ain't no nigga paying that kind of money.
He wasn't a nigga.
Ain't no motherfucker paying that kind of money to just watch you just fuck on camera and shit like that or play with your pussy. Man, get out of here.
Man, no tears, man. It's you know what OnlyFans is, man. Of course, it's great fucking marketing If you know the history of OnlyFans, who's behind the shit,
Mhm.
they got money to blow to make a story. So it's easy marketing, man. No tears for that dumb shit. So,
Yeah, man. That shit's just, man. It's a lie. Everything it's internet. It's like it's false information. It's false news. This is, I, man. I I haven't done it yet, but I remember a couple times. I'm like, I may come across a chick I see on OnlyFans or on Instagram, and it's like, oh, I really enjoy looking at her model. I enjoy her wearing the swimsuits. I enjoy her wearing see-through clothes. But when it comes to the OnlyFans, I kind of lose interest when I see them ass naked and fucking another dude. I lose interest. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what it is. I'm old fashioned. I don't know what it is. But when a chick asks me about, oh, you want content, it's like, bitch, content is me fucking you. We're making the movie. Like if I'm not the person you fucking, why would I want to see this shit? Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't think females understand that. And then like just looking at a girl go ham on herself, it's just like, yeah, I it's so, oh my goodness, it's aggravating. It hurts me. It's like, okay, I have a couple of chicks I enjoy seeing their Instagram, I enjoy their TikTok. But when it comes to their OnlyFans, bitch, I'd rather come over and fuck. Like that simple. I can't be looking at no bitch goddamn ass naked all the time and I ain't getting no pussy. Man, come on. That's just terrible.
What about you, DJ Rose?
Yeah, I ain't got no tears because I be telling y'all all the time, your whole delusional. All this stuff is fake. It's skits, and people are just followers, and then people just steady following the trends when they need to set their own. You know what I'm saying? Be a trendsetter. You know what I'm saying? But everybody want to be followers. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can't be a leader. When people want to be followers and follow down the wrong path, and then you see where you end up in.
Yeah, man. I just wonder where Ruby Rose's father was at. You know, and thinking about fathers, man, there was a video I saw on Twitter this week where a man confronted his daughter, and she looked between the ages of, I say, 14 to 17. And she was like, I guess she told him that she was sexually active. And he persisted for the next 3 minutes of that video to whoop that
That's right.
ass.
That's right. That's how you do it.
Yo, C's, man. Tears or no tears?
tears of joy. Hand clap for the father.
That's right.
It's like, hey, let me whoop your ass so the world don't whoop your ass. That's what people are missing. Ass whoopings. Bring them back. It don't matter if you 17, about to turn 18. Sometimes you need a belt on that ass. So, hey.
Yeah, man. I mean, we did an episode a couple weeks ago about parents being friends with their kids. It's important that you establish them boundaries, and it's important that you have a conversation and just let them know like what's acceptable, what's not acceptable, and more important, like the way I look at it is if you don't want your daughter doing that, then you need to have a conversation with your son and be like, don't be just irresponsible. But as far as what the father did, I have no problem with that because if you don't want your daughter out there under your roof,
that's right.
You know, having sex, especially, you know, a lot of these kids don't understand to have protected sex, and you don't want her to live with a consequence of a decision she made at 17, 15, or 14 years old, then yeah, man, sometimes the only way to really instill a lesson in someone is to give someone a beating. And, you know, we probably need to bring more beatings back, man, because, you know, a lot of these women, statistics show that women who grow without a father are way worse off than women who grow with a father. So if you have an active father in your life that's disciplining you and having conversations with you, most of those women grow to be productive citizens of the community, man. So shout out to that father, man. You know, I didn't see nothing in the video where I thought it was child abuse, man. He spanked her, and then when he felt like the spanking was done, he left her alone. It ain't like he, you know, got his fist and just punch her in the face. Nah, he grabbed the bang and spanked that ass. Juice Man?
Yeah, she deserved a whooping. She's too young to be messing around, and it's like entitlement. We back to the entitlement stuff. She thinking she can do what she want to do when she want to do, but she gotta, like you say, this is the real world. This is how the world works. You gonna do what I tell you to do. It is what it is.
Rose?
Yeah, I ain't got no tears. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no issues with what happened. Only thing I just wish I would have known exactly what her age was, but other than that, man, no tears.
Man, hey, especially about talking about the consequences of being sexually active. So this woman got online and said that she has HIV. And she said that she contracted it from a dude who gave it to her on purpose. He's a college student. So then he took the time to get tested and he posted his results and he don't have it. I got tears because this is the reason why the father beat the daughter in the previous video. You don't understand until you get older. Like when you 13 to 18 years old, it ain't until you get older that you really understand you don't know who you messing with.
Mm-hmm.
Because you mess with this girl, but this girl to mess with 3 different niggas, and them 3 niggas to mess with 5 different bitches each. Oh, and by guess what? One of them niggas is gay on the low, so he be sucking dick on Fridays at Sally's house or whatever. So you don't know what the fuck be going on, man. We saw the video Trapped in the Closet, that little 30 videos they have for that. And what we found out in the video, that the pastor was fucking a gay nigga. And the gay nigga had AIDS and he died in the hospital bed. And everybody talking about package. And I'm watching the shit as a kid, like, what the fuck they mean package? Now I know. You telling me all these people in the motherfucking video got AIDS, and at the end of the video, they just laughing about it?
Mm-hmm.
Man, I'm ready to shoot somebody, man.
Real talk.
I'm ready to shoot somebody. If I got AIDS because you over here fucking somebody, they be sucking dick and getting fucked in the ass on Friday nights at the Blue Club. The Blue Top, my bad, the Blue Top. So, hey, man, you know, I got tears because you pay attention who you messing with. And more importantly, don't be just lying on people, bro, because that fucks with people's reputation. And shout out to that young man for getting tested. And for those who are sexually active, especially if you young, man, hey, man, go get tested every couple months like you're supposed to. So you can know what you got and what you don't got.
Man, I gotta echo what you said, man. Hey, know who you're actually having sex with. Stay safe. Wrap it up if you can. Wrap it up. I'm an advocate for that shit. But I mean, it's one of those things. It's like it's probably gonna get to the point where people got to start actually taking people to court for like slander. You messing with people's actual livelihoods, like jobs, people's family, their safety. So it's tears for that, even being in that situation. But I'm glad he found out when he got tested and deaded the whole rumor. So, you know, kudos to you, young man. Hey, stay safe out here.
Juice, man.
I thought I already said something.
Nah, you ain't say nothing, bro. You just saying her the whole time.
Okay.
But if you want to be a deacon like Sunday morning and just say, hey, man, that's cool, Rose.
Yeah, man. I got tears for the situation too because you get mad at her you get mad at him for who knows what reasons. And then you talking about, oh, he got HIV. She need to be going to jail. Somebody need to press some charges on her because if it was the other way around, charges would have been pressed. So
Facts.
So she need to go to jail, man. And if not jail, she just need to get charged to have some probation, pick up some trash on the side of the road for miles and miles and miles. You know what I'm saying? So she can learn some lessons. You know, that's how I feel about it. No tears.
Man, from these last 2 topics, man, we have to ask the question, man. What's wrong with these hoes?
What's wrong with them?
man?
We've been asking this question for a long time. Fellas, what's wrong?
So, there was a woman in the video, and her boyfriend asked her, hey, if you had a ball with your girls, would you accept a drink from a man? And she said, hell yeah, I ain't gonna turn down no free drink, and I'm gonna make him buy drinks for my homegirls too. So he responded, but you in a relationship. And she was like, ain't nothing wrong with getting a drink from a man.
Relationship. Married. Married.
So she was like, ain't nothing wrong with getting a drink from a man. Like, I'm gonna get the drink. I'm gonna let it be clear that, hey, I'm not going to talk to you. You can leave the drink here, leave my homegirl's drinks here, and then you go off, but I'm not going to engage in conversation. So, I'm going to be real. Me and TTK talked about this, and we have this thing in criminal justice where we say, you know, how shit supposed to work in theory and how shit works in reality.
Mm-hmm.
Everything she said, in theory, that shit sound good.
Mm-hmm.
But in reality, for those men and women who've been at bars, if you tell a grown man straight up, when you buy this drink and sit at my table, I am not going to engage in conversation with you. 1 out of 10 men. To be honest, I really feel like it's 0.5 out of 10 men might continue to buy that drink. But most men, once they feel like, oh, I can't even talk to you, I can't even have a conversation, I'm not gonna buy that drink. And then secondly, as soon as it goes that has been to bars and bought drinks for women, and some of the women have had boyfriends and some of them have even had husbands that I did not know about at the time. Man, most of the time they're not gonna turn down no free drink. And if they feel like they have to flirt with you, if they have to engage in conversation with you, they will do that to continue to get them free drinks for themselves and their homegirls. So like everything she told her boyfriend, yeah, that shit sounds good in theory, but when you actually practice that shit in reality, that shit don't really work that way. Nah, bitch. Most of the time, you gotta actually engage this nigga in conversation or whatever. I was just in a situation not so long ago where I had been talking to a woman half of the night at a place, bought her 1 or 2 drinks. I was getting her phone number and social media handle. The lights came on, and as I'm looking at her hand, because I'm holding her hand, I see this big fucking rock. And I'm looking down, and I say, hey, are you married? Because I'm thinking, I'm hoping, I'm praying.
Maybe it was a class ring. I don't know.
And I'm hoping she's saying she's divorced. She says, no, I'm married. I'm happily married. She said, you still want my number? You still want my social media? And I'm like, kind of shit this is. And this is what I be talking about when I say, what's wrong with these hoes? You can't trust them. And like Chris Brown said, these hoes ain't loyal. If your bitch will take a drink from a grown man, you don't know what that bitch would do, because guess what? Dollars and cents move that hoe. And whenever dollars and cents move a bitch, I just want y'all fellas to understand this. If dollars and cents move your bitch, that means anybody with the right amount can come and take your bitch. Like, please understand that. Now, if dollars and cents don't move your bitch, you got a solid woman. But if dollars and cents move her, even if you make $100,000 a year, if a nigga come around and he make $500,000, if he wants your bitch, he can have her. And understand, if a nigga can take your bitch, that was never your bitch.
Well, okay. Well, from my experiences, I'm a grown ass man. And a lot of times I go out, I meet grown ass women. And a lot of times it's a gang of women. And what, like you say, they married. And it's funny to me because it feels good to have a genuine conversation with a stranger. I don't know why. I can literally go out to a club, meet a chick, she be married, I'm married, and we can actually have an honest conversation, and we're not worried about fucking. We're not worried about fucking. And you know what happens a lot of times when you do that? Everything is on the same level. Guess what? She'll buy around, I buy around. She'll buy around, I buy around. That's an awesome night to me. Like, just going out, having conversations, because a lot of times, I don't know if, see, we might have to talk about race, because a lot of times when I go out, I'm at upper scale clubs, and these are white folks. You see what I'm saying? They're not really trying to fuck with a nigga. I'm not really trying to fuck with a white girl. But it's just a genuine conversation that we can have, and we can honestly mutual talk and say what the fuck we want to say to each other. No hard feelings, no harm, no foul. You buy a drink, I buy a drink. A girl buy a drink, she buy. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's
So
the stuff
just
I
to
bump
answer
into
your
a lot.
question, would you buy a woman a drink if she told you straight up, hey man, would you buy this drink? I need you to walk off back in the corner and don't acknowledge me no more.
Okay, so that means she doesn't get a drink.
Let me get that back. Let me get my. You have a nice night.
That's what I'm saying. It's like if you straight up,
Sharing is caring.
yeah, sharing is caring. like it's like this. It's like, okay, the only reason she gets the drink is for the conversation, but she's not having any conversation. She doesn't get the drink. That's simple.
It's like, oh, you just want me to buy you a drink?
This
just
will go back to
because.
what the last couple times. It's called entitlement, bitch. Don't nobody owe you nothing in this world.
Yeah, because usually when somebody's buying you a drink, that's it.
It's the conversation.
We used to call it back in the day. We used to call it when I was with Hit a Lick. We used to call it bird feed.
Yeah, you bird feed.
You know what I'm saying? Just feeding the chickens. You know what I'm saying? Just feeding the chickens. Just give them a little something. just to get their attention. You just feed the chickens. That's what we just call bird feed. But nowadays nowadays you could buy some people some drink just because you're in the mood. But hardly people don't do that. That's in movies. You know what I'm saying? Or a drink for the whole round. You know, everybody in the bar get a drink.
Oh yeah, that's definitely some movie shit.
You know what I'm saying? That's in the movie.
Free drinks for everybody.
You know what I'm saying? I have done it. You know what I'm saying? Waffle House for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Everybody get Waffle House. You know what I'm saying? But I have done it, but you know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody doing it no more. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But it's just bird feed. You know what I'm saying? It's like Juice Man said, it's a conversation starter. But I wouldn't have an issue with my lady taking a drink from somebody or getting drinks for her and her homegirls. I wouldn't have an issue with that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what they're supposed to do. That's what if they're in the bar, that's to be expected. But if you don't want that your chick in the bar, you don't want nobody buying your girl drinks, she shouldn't be in the bar. But if you're allowing her to go to the bar, then that's to be expected. Unless you got a rugger mouth, and then ain't nobody gonna buy her no drinks. You know what I'm saying? But C's, man, what you thinking about it?
Man, the Juice Man sentiment, man. I've literally been out of the bar somewhere, had a conversation. I bought the first round, she bought the second round. We 3 drinks in, just talking. We ain't talking. I'm not even trying. Nobody's thinking about all that, hey, later on, da-da-da. We just generally just having a good conversation at a bar. It's not a club, it's just a bar, decent music. Her husband comes up. First, a homegirl came up and was like, oh, we started. Like, oh, hey, I'm Allie, da-da-da. Then her husband comes up. He was like, hey, what's up, dude? I'm like, hey, what's good, man? And then he bought a round. Shit, he was like, fuck it, I got the next 3 rounds. I'm like, okay.
That does what was in New Orleans, Vertizi.
Yeah, that happened before. And then that's different, though. That's different because now the husband or boyfriend have bought some rounds. So now you ain't even trying to talk to the bitch no more. Now y'all just chill.
And it was like, so I mean, I've been in situations like that, but it's like, hey, I appreciate the woman in the video for being so forthcoming. Maybe a lot of people could save some damn dollars, and it's like, hey, you gonna buy drinks for me and my homegirls? It's like, okay, you can have that drink. Put me on to your homegirls. Is she single?
Yeah.
That's how you supposed to do it. But she's like, oh, nah, I'm just going to take this drink. Who the fuck is going to say, oh, you can buy me a drink, but I'm not going to talk to you? That drink is an invitation of, hey, let's have a conversation, whether we trying to do something later on or not. Mm-hmm. The expectation, that's like, who the fuck? You going to walk in the grocery store and say, hey, let me buy your groceries. Let me buy you this lunch, let me buy the lunch meat for you, or let me buy you the drink. You buying a bottle of alcohol. Let's go to the alcohol.
That's that conversation starter. You know what I'm saying?
So it's like, hey, man, it's a problem. But at the same time, it's like, hey, women, if your husband was going out buying drinks for women, would you be comfortable with that? Some women will say yes. A lot will say, well, what the fuck are you trying to do?
And that's why I feel I agree with Rose from the standpoint of, if you got a good-looking woman, you should expect a nigga to offer to buy her a drink.
And then it's in her.
But if I got a good woman, I expect my woman to be like, I'm not, because once you accept that drink, to me, you entertain the shit. You entertain the shit. Mm-hmm. I feel like, nah, you need to just say, nah, bro, I got a man, I got my own job, I don't need your $10 drink.
Yeah.
Like, I'm loyal to my man, I respect my man, that I'm not going to engage in a conversation, because when my man gave me permission to step out, I came to step out to this bar with my homegirls, my cousins, my sisters.
But that's why I said,
have a good time.
That's why I said, fuck it. Hey, my homegirl or my sister, my cousin, she's single. Talk to her.
That's cool too. That's cool too. Like if the woman who's married or got in a relationship, if she's there with some single women and she says, hey, I got a man, I can't talk to you, but you know what? My friend over here is single. Mm-hmm. Like you should try. That's cool too. But if you accept that drink knowing you got a man and you start engaging in conversation with a man, even if you know it's not going to go nowhere, you think it's not going to go nowhere, but during the course of that conversation, you don't know what the fuck could come up that could happen or whatever. Because like I said, I've been to the bar plenty of times and I've talked to plenty of women who had men and I end up getting their number, even though they told me at the beginning of the conversation, I got a man.
Yeah, they got a man.
But sometimes the other nigga conversation can be so good that she started thinking, you know what? I done opened the door. Let me just open it all the way. So, hey, at the end of the day, for me personally, if you know you got a man, don't be accepting no drinks from no stranger or nothing like that, because that shit could lead to more. And more importantly, that shit is dangerous.
It is.
Because there's some crazy niggas out here that expect shit when they do shit for you. And don't put yourself in a position when you go into your car 2 a.m. and the nigga
right.
said like, "Hey, what's up?"
Bump up.
But
Up.
talking about women and men and relationships. So there was a situation where a woman posted a video about how her boyfriend said, "Hey, I'll marry you if you lose weight." And she had a montage of her going to the gym, her eating right, her losing weight. In the video, at the beginning of the video, it looked like they already had 1 or 2 kids, and they ended up getting married. And she said, "Y'all, I did it. I reached my goal."
Good for her.
Hey, I'm happy for her. I'm happy that she got married. I'm happy that they was in a relationship. But C's, what do you think about people having ultimatums just to require marriage?
So if it was like an ultimatum, like a normal ultimatum, like, hey, you don't make enough. I want us to be financially stable. Like, hey, I make 20, 30,000, you make 50. Let's wait till we get to a more financial place, and then let's talk about.
You don't have to do that, but yeah, I feel you.
You don't have to, but it's like the actual ultimatum. Like, but
oh, you in your lane.
If you weren't good enough to marry 50, 60, 100 pounds ago, what makes you so good to marry now that you lost the weight?
I mean, see, here's the thing too, though, with the wedding dress. A lot of women, the pictures, they lose weight. They don't even, they go on diets and they slim down for the pictures.
But that's
that's cool if that's what she wants. But imagine if we got 2 people that's married at the table. Imagine before you married your wife, you told your wife, "Yeah, I'll marry you when you lose 50 pounds."
What's wrong with that?
And that's the ultimatum.
Okay, yeah.
That
for me, it's the reasoning behind it, because when we start saying superficial stuff, if your legit reasoning, let me make this clear, if your legit reasoning is, "Baby, I'm worried about your health. I don't want to have to worry in 10 years about your health." If that's truly your reason, okay, cool. But if it's just an aesthetic,
if like, bitch, you need to lose weight. Like, bitch,
if it's just an aesthetic, the reason why.
But she already been with this bitch for 5 years. She been fat the whole time, and you just said, "I'm not gonna marry you till you lose 50 pounds."
And that's why
that's some bullshit.
That's paperwork.
Paperwork. But that's why I have an issue.
You want me to tie these paperwork to you fat slob? Nah, ho, you gotta lose the weight
and keep it on.
But time out. And that's the reason why I have a problem, because whenever we start saying superficial stuff, I would have an issue if a woman said, "Man, Juice Man, you make 50 a year. I can't marry you to make 100. And it ain't got nothing to do with us being financially stable. It's just, I want you to make 100. It's just like, at that point in time, if you need someone to do something superficially to be with them, then we talked about the 2 episodes ago. Is love real or not? Once you start having these superficial requirements, I feel like, okay, cool. You ain't in it for the right reasons. Right. I don't even want to be with you in that situation.
That's right.
Like, I'll use myself for example. Juice Man, you cut my hair. Mm-hmm. I don't come to the barbershop every week. I get my hair cuts, whenever I feel like it.
Yeah, when you go.
But I've been in relationships with women, and I've wanted to get my hair cut for that woman, and I've got my hair cut every 2 weeks or whatever, and I've maintained it because that's what I want to do for her. But I ain't never been with a woman, like if a woman told me straight up, "You got to get your hair cut for me to be with you." All right, cool, bro. I mean, I don't play them kind of games, bro. Like, if I don't want to do it, I'm not finna do it just because you telling me to do it. Either you gonna accept me with my nappy hair.
I mean, even if it was on some manipulation shit, like, "Hey, babe, I like it when you have your hair cut," or "Hey, girl, I love it, baby.
Well,
I love it when you get your nails done."
And that's cool. But like, if you just tell me straight up, "Man, you need to get your hair cut first." Start
make it sound nice.
Like,
wrap it up in
bro,
a gift wrap.
I'm gonna tell you like this. We are men, and I don't know, we're creatures of patterns. So we notice patterns. And the one pattern I notice about women is they're superficial, bro. But like, they're gonna tell you, "Yeah, I love you," no matter how you look. But if you looking raggedy, she's acting different, bro. It is what it is. She's fucking acting different. "Baby, you love me?" "Yeah, I love you." But she looking at you side eye like, "Nigga, your hair fucked up, your clothes fucked up." You see what I'm saying?
But I mean, men are the same way though. But I will give them this. It's like, "Oh, do you think I look fat in this dress?" I'm gonna tell you no, because I don't want to hear your mouth, or I don't want you to take it the wrong way. It's like, "Hey, you have put on a few pounds, so hey, baby, let's go to the gym. Put the shit. I don't know, motherfucker. I'm gonna put gift wrapping on that shit. I'm gonna say some shit. I'm gonna talk shit, but I'm gonna make it look nice.
It's called the sandwich method.
The sandwich method. What's that about, bro?
You say something nice.
Mhm.
You say what you really mean in between, and you close it with something nice.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I didn't learn that because I come straight.
That's good.
Bitch, get your shit together. I don't like the way you talk to me. Well, fuck you. This is the way I talk. It is what it is. I'm me. Goddamn, get with it. You know what I'm saying? That's me. And I know I shouldn't be like that, but it is what it is. And I can't, you know what I'm saying?
And it all comes down to one thing, you know what I'm saying? We all human beings, and we all have one thing that we all could do. It's called choices.
Mhm.
So if that's my choice and that's your choice, and if she just it was her choice to say, oh, okay, that's cool. Because they probably talked about it too. Like, yeah, women know when they done gain some pounds. They know, and it just took her some encouragement and some motivation, and that was her motivation to do it. So I don't think it caused him to not love her no more or no less. He just said, shoot, if you lose this, you gonna be next. You know what I'm saying?
But my point is, why, like C said, why you losing 50 pounds makes me ready. Because like if it's not for a health reason, if it's just purely aesthetic, I want to make that clear. Because I compare like the health reasons to characteristics. Like you drank too much, you smoke too much, you get mad too much. Like if it's a characteristic problem that your spouse has, and you let them know, hey babe, you spend too much money, like characteristic stuff, yeah, I can understand that because that can bring a relationship down. But if it's just purely aesthetic, like I want everybody to understand that if it's just purely aesthetic, like, hey, I want you to make 100,000 just because I want you to make 100,000. Or I want you to start wearing Jordans, or I want you to just get your hair did all the time. I want you to have nails.
And that's going to be that person's choice to either to do that or not do that, because the other person made his choice.
But what I'm saying is that goes against what we should be teaching people of. One, you need to love yourself. Two, you need to find someone that loves you for you. Like if you meet a woman and she says, oh man, you know, I love you, Juice Man. But you know what? Hey man, you need to get a hair installation.
But there's nothing wrong with having a project.
Okay. So you can have an afro, because I just don't like the bald head. Because guess what? You found a woman that's okay with your bald head.
Guess what? You're a man.
Yeah.
Okay. And guess who's the only person that loves you? There's only one person.
Your
fucking mama.
Your mama.
Because you're always a baby to your mama.
Your mama.
That's the only fucking person that loves you in this goddamn world, bro. Let's get this shit straight.
Just for who you is. For who you
That's
is.
what it is.
My grandma loves you too.
Listen to me. The only people who get love unconditionally are pets, animals, cuddly little animals. Women and kids. They only love a man for what he can provide. Don't nobody give a fuck about us.
Hey, I just want to be clear. Y'all laughing at this, but when me and Juice Man said on the pod a couple weeks ago that we felt like love did not exist, we got a lot of backlash. I completely agree with what he's saying. Because if love existed, then what he's saying, y'all wouldn't be laughing at. That's not real.
But it's you said the word. You changed it.
He said, what
unconditional.
Unconditional.
No matter what you do, what happens.
That's what real love is. That's what being in love with someone is. That's what Rose was saying. When you love the person that loves you as a man, it's your mama.
But as you said, we know the realities of the world. You're a man. Nobody cares.
You gotta be a special type of nigga like me.
Oh shit!
Here we go.
Rose, I need that Maybach.
Hey, I'm from Memphis. You know what I'm saying?
I don't disagree with that, man. I do feel like, and that's why my whole point is, if you truly do love this person,
goddamn lie.
The aesthetic stuff should not matter, because we see, and this was probably my issue with the video. We've all seen them videos on social media where people have gotten married and they've married a man that was overweight or a woman that was overweight. And because they love the person, they motivated them during the marriage to lose the weight. So my only thing is, well, if you really love this woman and you've already had kids with her, and that's probably the second issue that I told you I had with the video sees is, we got to get out of the habit of you good enough to have kids with, but you're not good enough to marry. We got to get back to the old mindset of, let's marry this person first, then have kids with them. Because having kids with someone is the same commitment as marrying someone. Because if you thought that she was not good enough to marry, then guess what? Don't be nutting her around having 2 kids with her, because it was like 2-3 kids at the fucking table. But hey, marry her and then encourage her to lose the weight. But don't be like, hey, I can't marry you unless you lose the weight.
If it was good then, it should be still good now.
If it wasn't then, that should never die alone. Hey, if it was good then, it's good now.
So I mean, yeah, it's like certain things are superficial. You can tell what it is. To me, that was one of them. It's like, what's your reasonings behind this? It's just like lose 50 pounds. All right, hey, you need to grow a beard, and then or hey, make 50,000, then I'll marry you. It's like if you already rocking with the person, what is this one thing really gonna add to him wanting to marry you? That's it. It sounds insane to me. Like it's an asinine thing. That's your stipulation. The shit don't with me. It doesn't rock. It does not rock well at all.
Man, my last thing before I go, man. Like aesthetically, you shouldn't make requirements to marry someone, but once you married to them, because I've heard that before. Like, hey, you look better with your beard on. Like there are things that you could do for your partner aesthetically to engage them. So yes, women statistically they gain weight once they get married. Like, if you want to keep your man sexually engaged and physically engaged, because men are physical creatures, like women, continue to buy nice clothes, continue to get your hair did, continue to do your nails, try to keep the weight off of you to keep your husband engaged. And same thing for men. If you was wearing nice cologne when you met your woman, if you was getting your hair cut, if you was shaving your beard or letting it grow or whatever, and these are things you like aesthetically continue to do those things because you want to keep your partner engaged. But at the end of the day, like Rose said, you made choices. She made her choice. So I ain't mad at her. He made his choice. I ain't mad at that. But for just other people, man, find people that truly love you, that truly care about you, and that love you for who you are. Because if you're trying to be something that you're just naturally not, at some point in time, you can only have a mask on for so long. Like at some point in time, you got to take that mask off when you get home. And if you're wearing a mask to be with your spouse, which is someone that you should be vulnerable with, which is someone that you should be yourself with, which is someone that you shouldn't have to hide from the world. Because we all, when we go into the streets, we all put a mask on and we laugh and we joke and we pretend X, Y, and Z, whatever. But when you get home to whoever your spouse is, man, you should just be able to just be yourself and whoever you are. You shouldn't have to have no fancy nickname. Whatever your real name is, you should just be your true self. And that's my only thing, man. Like, make sure you find someone that truly loves you for you. Rose?
Yeah, man.
Women lie.
I ain't got nothing else. You know what I'm saying? 2024. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got nothing else.
Well, hey,
no
man.
more Black Tears podcast. You know what I'm saying? We back. Episodes be on YouTube within a couple of days. You know what I'm saying?
And Spotify. Hey, everybody, man, check out the NFL playoffs this weekend, man. Y'all heard our takes on it. Y'all heard me and Rose Super Bowl picks. And we'll be making picks all through the NFL playoffs, man. So, comment, like, subscribe. In the words of Airbnb Rakim, peace.
And I'm back quiet.